on a ghost hunt with the CBS 12 News I team.
So I'm going to shoot this and report this entirely on my iPhone. And that could be a little tricky, because lots of times the flashlight on my phone is on and I don't know it, and there's just a lot of things in the phone that you kids can do that Mike doesn't quite understand. So this is the Loxahatchee, and my photographer Max and I are in Jonathan Dickinson State Park. Beautiful, isn't it? And at the end of this stretch of scenic river, locals say there's a haunted campsite. The ghost who hangs out there was an avid outdoorsman who lived in these parts from the 1930s to the 1960s. Trapper Nelson. That's what they called him.
It's like Deliverance.
Well, the only way to get to the site is by water. So, lucky for me, Max knows a lot about boats. Oh, he's such a cheesehead. We keep puttering along. They say it's about the journey, guys, not the destination. But this is starting to feel like Pocahontas, just around the river bend. Okay, up ahead, there's his dock. We found it. Raiders of the Lost Ark vibes, right? Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones! And here we go into the campsite of Trapper Nelson. There are some buildings, some makeshift pavilions, and lean-tos. Cages where Trapper Nelson kept the wild animals that he captured. Tourists and locals would make the trek out here to take a walk on the wild side. A man with a Jeep. The state-made Trapper put in public bathrooms since he was operating this property like a zoo. Trapper Nelson lived in Gaston's cabin. Luxurious, huh? Inside of his cabin, you can tell what an intense guy Trapper Nelson was. Get a load of this gator skull. And the circumstances of his death, mysterious. A friend came out here to his site and found him with a gunshot wound in the stomach. Despite the official coroner's report that he shot himself, some local rumors were popping up that Trapper had girlfriends all over town, so maybe it was a love-crazy woman who iced him. Fatal attraction. Or maybe it was her jealous husband. I don't know about that, but shooting yourself in the belly, ugh, that's gruesome. Hey, remember that scene in the Blair Witch Project? The dude standing in the corner? There are lots of cool things to see at this site, and this is open to the public. And if you're from this area of South Florida, maybe you've heard some of the ghost stories about Trapper Nelson. And I'm not trying to be cheeky, but some of those stories allege that Trapper Nelson tends to appear for attractive women, and he might try to grab their butts. Trapper Nelson, the overly friendly ghost.